So now I'm going to be doing the brake fluid flush. So first things first, make sure to crack all the bleeders open so that the all of them they open up and they're not seized. So make sure you open them up. That one works. Now I'm on the left rear. The last thing you want to find out is that you're not able to open the bleeders and you're in the middle of doing a brake fluid flush. So you want to check to make sure that all the bleeders you are able to open up all the bleeder screws. That one's ripped. The other side. Yeah, we're all good now. I'm using a 6.8 millimeter wrench. I'm not using the 12 point. You can also use the specific bleeder wrench, but I like using these. Could use something like this. This one is a snap-on. But I'm not using that today. I'm gonna be using this. I'm using the vacuum brake bleeder machine by Medivac, model number MV6830. So I'm going to be doing this my way. I don't care on what anybody else says. This is the way that I do it, and it's been working for me. So there are various ways to flush and bleed the brakes. You can do it on however you want it, as long as it works and the brake pedal is fine at the very end, and that's all that matters. So I'm gonna remove the plastic trim cover now. Remove the cap from the master cylinder. You need to suck as much fluid out as you can, and then top up the brake fluid, and then start doing the flush. I'm going to suck the brake fluid out. I'm using .3 brake fluid. You want to be careful when you are pouring this in. You don't want to spill it on the vehicle's paint because it will damage the paint. So as you're doing the flush, you want to make sure that you are constantly topping up the master cylinder. You don't want the master cylinder to run dry, otherwise there will be problems. So we are going to start at the right rear and work our way through to the left rear, right front, and the left front. The rule of thumb is to start furthest from the master cylinder. So we're going to start on the right rear. You want to make sure that you are topping up the master cylinder every time. You want to keep on topping up the master cylinder. So now you want to close the bleeder now on this side. And proceed to the left rear. So now I'm doing the left rear, so you want to repeat the process for all the other wheels. And then after that, we are going to do the gravity bleed. Now close the bleeder and proceed to the other wheel. I'm at the right front now. Make sure that you are topping up the master cylinder. Now you want to close the bleeder and go to the left front. Just going to empty the container here because it's almost full. This is the old brake fluid. I think it's contaminated with other stuff I had in here. So I'm at the left front now. I'm going to open this up. The bleeder is hard to turn, so I'm going to spray some penetrating oil. There's nothing coming out. There is nothing coming out. So what you have to do now is you need to take the bleeder out completely and clean it. When you take this out, the brake fluid is going to come out. It's just turning a lot easier now. We're gonna clean the bleeder now because there's a lot of rust, and we're gonna clean the inside of this of the nipple, the opening. So what I do, I use a piece of like wire or something, and I clean the inside here. It's blocked. There's a hole right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that on camera. There's a hole right here. It's blocked. So you need to open it up. Rust in there. You see the hole now? See the hole now? It's open. So you need to clean it. And then spray it down with a brake cleaner afterwards. As you're doing this, you want to hurry up because you're losing brake fluid, and so you need to top up the brake fluid as you're doing this. So I'm going to clean the threads on the bleeder here because of the rust. Want to make sure you're topping up the master cylinder each time. So now I'm going to use brake cleaner to clean this. Should be able to see the brake cleaner come through that hole. All good now. lubricate it with brake fluid, and then put it back in. And now we are going to go back to doing the flush again. So now I'm going to leave this open. I'm going to open up all the other bleeders now and let this gravity bleed. Open this up. Open this up. I'm going to open this up. Now the reason why I'm doing a gravity bleed after using the midi uh, vacuum bleeder is because I've had problems in the past using the midi vacuum bleeder. If you just use the vacuum bleeder and then that's it, then I've had issues with having a low brake pedal even after I topped up the master cylinder as I was doing the bleeding or the flush. So after I used that machine, I just do the gravity bleed to be safe, to make sure all the air is out of the system. So once you have let the car gravity bleed, probably maybe for 10 or 15 minutes should be enough, I think. And then close all the bleeders up, and then you should be okay after that. We're gonna go for a road test after I'm finished. So now I'm going to close all the bleeders now and wash everything down. what we're gonna do, we're gonna wash this down, all the dirt. So now after you put everything all back together, you want to pump the brake pedal until it's firm. If it's not firm, then there's a problem. So we need to keep on pumping until it's firm. If the brake pedal feels low, and then it would mean that there would probably be air in the system. So you would probably have to bleed and or gravity bleed again. So you would have to bleed or flush the brake fluid again and make sure it's done properly. But right now everything feels okay. The brake pedal feels firm. So I'm sweating here. It's been pretty hot. So right now I'm gonna go for a road test, and that would be it. There's an all-way stop sign here, which nobody stops at. So,